You can stay in that state, or you can try to do something about it. At some point in your life, you've been trying to do about it is use porn to escape. That state consists of this programming, but if you do things that are opposite to that, then you're changing that programming, and you're not going to feel as bad. Hey, how are you? Yeah, we do this weekly. Okay.
So this week it started out pretty decent, and then Wednesday I was watching some hockey, and my team lost, the Boston Bruins, and it kind of got me angry. And then on top of that, I was feeling also a little bit lonely. I kind of was before that day. The past 48 hours, I felt pretty lonely and sad. It's kind of slipping and stuff. So I wrote a daily feelings exercise, and I also had like no friends, not that much to talk to sometimes. So I was slipping, and then I wanted to do this feeling exercise to see how I felt. And I'm kind of like proud of myself that I didn't relapse yesterday because I told myself that I wanted to because I felt really bad. I just don't end up didn't relapsing.
I think there are a number of things that go through my mind as you're talking about this. And it's interesting you mentioned Bruins, so people smiling. We all do it if we have a team, we follow that team, man, we would do anything for that team, and they lose a game and it's the world's collapsed. And sometimes I have to remind myself, it's just a game. It's just a game. I mean, I know we get so connected to those sports teams and what have you, and I'm totally there. Let's not get too upset about it. What are we getting upset about? Yeah, it's not worth it. When we get into these mood states, and those mood states, I'm sure, are orchestrated by the amazing cells in our mind body. Excuse me. I mean, just incredible, unbelievable. The communication that goes on between all the cells in your body, freaking amazing. And you find yourself in a situation habitually, and those cells will then put you in grumpy, angry, depressed, lonely, isolated state. Right now, you can stay in that state, or you can try to do something about it. At some point in your life, you've been trying to do about it is use porn to escape it. But now, what are other things you could do? So I look at those states and say, yeah, I'm isolated. Okay, reach out to people. Try and initiate some sort of social interaction. I'm feeling really tired. Okay, get up and move. Because if you think about it, that state consists of this programming. But if you do things that are opposite to that, socialize, get physically active, whatever, then you're changing that programming and you're not going to feel as bad, right? Certainly, in my experience, in terms of physical activity, whether you want to call it exercise or not, but physical activity, if you are not feeling good, but you manage to get out and walk or whatever, no matter how hard you try, you will not feel as bad as you did before you will not, because you're changing the physical infrastructure of that state that you're in. Right? And so those are things that instead of porn or alcohol or drugs, the healthy things are what you need to think of. What are these things? And those things are, well, very often there's isolation. So social contact, really good social contact. Imagine you're feeling just flat and negative, and then you reach out to somebody and you have a really good conversation with them. That's going to change. That's going to change your underlying state. You're feeling lazy, you get out and move. That's going to change your underlying state. And with that underlying state, your thoughts change, right? Your mood changes. Suddenly you're in a different place. And to me, that is the essence of change. So when you are feeling, you've got to come up with, here are at least 3 things I can do right now to change this program. The mind body has programmed me. I'm in this state. How do I get out of it? Well, I do the opposite of actually what I feel doing right now. And to me, that is key. Benjamin says, I heard in the chat that if you have an idea and you don't act on it within, say, 7 seconds, you lose that idea or thought. That really depends a lot on the nature of thought and mood, but certainly that is certainly it. That's a possibility. And certainly that delay, if you're trying to not do something, in other words, not engage in porn, for example, if you just say, let me delay this for a few minutes, there's a reasonable chance that in a few minutes, that level of motivation or temptation is going to go down. So that's good. But you do, ideally, when you're particularly in a very negative state, you want to get up, you move, you want to make contact. I think that's really important.